Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene. Show lots of love for the community with great advice. I know who I should go see. So all around town radio
show.
That's where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the all around town radio show. The all around town radio.
Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. We are back from a week off. We're back from vacation. We are. And welcome to the program, everyone, live at 5 on a Monday. It's our weekend update right here. We'll be with you in just a minute.
Weekend review. Top 5 are coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're covering who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to raise some hell. With heart, you know, plan to do it well.
All right. Glad to have you here on a Monday. And thanks for the welcome back, Toy Hobbs. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you in the videos from yesterday's Shred Off event. We're going to kick it off with that today and chat a little bit about that. We are. What else we got going on here? Tim, checking in. How you doing, Tim? Thanks for joining us. Jimmy Kilroy in the house. How you doing, Jim? If you're out there, guys, say hi. I see we got some folks checking in. Chad Robinson in there. And Bill Dankoff. How are you, Bill? Video Bill, as I like to call him. Wow, Bill Video. And welcome. I don't know what's squealing. Something is. Might be my in-ears here. In the microphone, how's everybody today? Hopefully you're doing all right. And Kevin Cooper has joined the party. How you doing, Coop? And we're going to get started right away because there was a big event that went on yesterday. Unfortunately, I didn't get to make it, but I sure would have loved to have been there. And the Shred Off at the Bell and the Bear. Genius idea, by the way. Bringing a bunch of guitarists to the stage to enjoy an evening at the Bell. The crowd's always into the music, no matter what's going on there. And with me today, without any further, let's see what we can do here and bring our friend Mason Johnson in, who's the big winner of the Shred Off. Do we have applause, Mason? I don't know. I think we should applaud you because you've always been one of my favorites. Absolutely. So tell me about this event yesterday, Mason.
Man, it was like a guitar player's dream, but also a guitar player's nightmare, probably. It was a great time, though, hanging out with not only the people competing in it, but like all the musicians from town came out, like regulars at the jam and the Bells crowd, internal crowd, they all came out. It was really awesome.
Somebody's asking, Mason is amazing. What did he win? We'll get to that in a few minutes there, Larry. I guarantee you we'll talk about that. Bill, thank you for the welcome back. Chad, thank you for that. And Bob Klein, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're back from Aruba, guys. That's where we were for a week. And let me tell you, I highly recommend it. We'll talk about that later. But Mason, as we've got you here, first time I met you was at the Bell and the Bear Jam. You had really long hair then, and then you cut your hair, and I didn't even recognize you one night in the place. But you blew me away, and I looked at some people that night, and my one comment was, right there is the future of guitar players in the tri-state. And you and several other young guys have just made this craft your own. And, you know, you obviously did something right last night because you were in good company. I mean, there was a lot of great players there.
Yeah, definitely.
So some of the guys that you were there that you knew that you were playing alongside with in this thing, who are some of the other folks that you got to compete with?
Okay. Some of my favorites for sure, Damon Abner. we hit it off talking guitars immediately because I had my Les Paul and he had this beautiful green Les Paul. It was super cool. Will Brock, who was a killer technical player. I think he does a lot of jazz stuff in the Cincy scene. Brian Tarter, who's a Hamiltucky friend of mine.
Hamiltucky, I love it.
Really good dude. So hanging out with him, Dave Taylor, who I've done a lot of playing with over the years, a good friend of mine, and Toy Hobbs, who's also a native Hamiltonian. He's a little more established, so I'll give him that one.
Yeah, what a great group of folks. And this event, first of all, when Karis first popped this out on the scene here and made the announcement of it, she was telling me about it, and I was thinking, how genius is this? Nothing but guitars. I mean, she's had the voice competition there, and that kind of thing. Nothing but guitarists on stage having 5 minutes to show their craft. And you were telling me pre-show that you kind of got up there and just, it was a wing it thing for you. You just started getting in the groove and you played, right?
Yeah. I'm a big noodler. Like when it comes to practicing at home, I'll do my practice stuff that I want to get done. And then I'll spend hours just kind of sitting there playing by myself on whatever I've been kind of digging on, whatever genre, try to mix a couple of things. So I wanted to really just go and hang out with everybody and get to meet all the players and see who I could try to take some licks home from and learn some new stuff. And just did what I do, my own kind of thing. And I don't really shred like how you would generally shred on a guitar. So I just made it work the best I could.
Well, and obviously you did something right. Like we said, there was a panel of judges. So you're playing for the judges, yet you're also playing for this great audience of music lovers at the Bell. Yeah. And they're not just your typical people that stumble into a bar to see some people play. They are music people because they're, and I don't want to ever have people think they're judgy at all, but they are the ones who can see talent. I mean, they see it, they know it. And obviously last night, listening to the applause after you played and the judges' remarks and things like that, you did it right. You won this thing, and you were in such big company. And how about standing on the stage with rock and roll guitar royalty around here, Scotty Bratcher? I mean, that's
always a joy, man. I mean, I told Scotty earlier in a comment, I said, anytime I get to hang out with you, I get a lesson in like everything that's cool.
Well, and I saw him post something today. He was admitting his amp is loud, and everybody was on him about that, like saying, and there's no such thing as too loud guitar, right? Soundmen will tell you different, but you guys like to play, and you like to play it loud, and you like to hear it. And when did it cross your mind up on that stage? This is the way I'm going with this, or did it just come to you like, here's what I'm doing next, or because it sounded rehearsed to me?
Well, for the technical part of it, it's a lot of like going from major scales to minor scales and kind of dancing around stuff like that. There's probably technical terms for the stuff that I do. I really don't know. I'm not like a trained guitar player. I'm pretty much self-taught. So it's like all the roadmaps that I've kind of built myself and see where they go. And last night they just all happened to land in the right spot. Sometimes that doesn't happen, but it was awesome. It felt good.
You won this thing. I saw the announcement. You won. You came up and all that. And what did you win? Let's talk about the winnings you took home last night.
So there was a cash prize. So I did get that. I think it was $500, and then $1,000 worth of gear from Rob Olson. So it's like a little travel guitar, this awesome Maton Guitars hoodie, which is incredibly warm. I had to put this on immediately. Some cables, patch cables, a pedal board, power supply, and then some pedals, which as soon as I got home last night, I had to rip a bunch of stuff off my pedal board and plug them in so I could try them for an hour and a half. And
well, did you like them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yes, definitely.
Well, Rob Olson is one of the kindest human beings I know, and to give those prizes that he did, and he's just a genuinely great guy, along with an incredible guitar player, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Rob's just one of those guys you want to know in the business here locally because he helps everybody. I mean, he does everything he can do to help people.
Yeah, I've never met somebody that goes so far out of their way like he does to make sure that like local working musicians have like quality gear that they can rely on, and he's going to take care of you and make sure that it's dialed in exactly what you need. So I really love that guy. I've gotten to know him a little bit from my dad being friends with him, and then also Angela. Hi, Angela Combs. Thank you so much. So,
You're getting a lot of shout outs on here, Mason, by the way. There's a lot of great people on here today. Thank you, Marianne, Tim. Thank you for the comment. Gina McCann, who we dearly love, congratulating you. And of course, Dale Wu is here. Hi, Dale. We can't have Mason on without Dale Wu.
Oh, man. So, yeah. Number one Hamilton music fan right there.
He is awesome. And so you won these prizes and all that. But do you think the whole thing, I mean, I've heard from several people, they said the experience was what it was about. The fact that you were there with all these other guitar players, like-minded people in the same room, was that more valuable to you than any prize you could have won, even if you didn't win the thing?
I just kind of wanted to go and like meet everybody, like I mentioned. So it was one of those things where I wasn't worried about the prize. Honestly, it's a nice benefit, but like just getting to hang out with those guys, and a lot of them were a lot younger than a lot of the players that I usually am surrounded with, closer to my age. So it was cool to have a little familiarity and talk to those guys. There was a kid that was 22. I say kid like I'm not a kid, but he's 22 years old.
Yeah.
And his dad had seen a post by the Bell about it, and he signed him up. And so he showed up and played, and he kicked the thing off, and he was a killer showman. Threw the guitar behind his head, had it under his leg. Like it was pretty awesome. So everybody had their own thing that they did. I really didn't feel like there were players that played the exact same thing or sounded similar. You could tell the difference between everybody, which was cool.
I saw that through a lot of Bill's videos that he posted today, that everybody seemed to have their own little style, and it wasn't a bunch of duplication at all. It was really cool to see that. And, you know, it had to be a hard job for the judges too, to pick a winner, because so many of the videos I saw, I was like, wow, that was great. That was great. You know, so they probably had a really tough job, but you had a good panel of judges there. There were great people on it. Sitting there. I mean, Sean McGarry, you know, he's been playing forever. Who else did I see? Eric Cross was in there.
Yeah, Dave Moody.
Dave Moody. Yeah, I mean, here's Dave. He's touring the world, you know, and he's judging this competition at the Bell. And while we're talking about this, let's talk about the genius of this competition for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we were talking before we started. Who comes up with this? I mean, Karis, Scotty Bratcher, they join and they hit a home run with it. I mean, it's that kind of thing. And I don't know anybody that can put together an event like Karis can. She just makes genius out of it. And, you know, you were saying how humbled you were to be there with all the other players and things. She amassed a great stage full of people that night and a great panel of judges, all by just making a few phone calls. That's how connected she is and so on. So I got to give props to the Bell, and I'm sure you do too. You've played there numerous times.
Yeah. That
during COVID,
a mecca for our music scene. Anything that happens, especially anything that happens there, it's not only is it always a good time and the music's always great, but like the community itself that is in that place, and just the regulars outside of the music fans that come out. Like, even though they are music fans, most of them, they're all super friendly people. They're all really kind. And I mean, all of them are so encouraging to all of us last night too. Anybody that finished and started walking around, like, you're getting patted on the shoulder and shaking hands. It was really cool. And it felt really good when everybody got done. And it was also a relief, because we're all sitting back in that pool room, super nervous, waiting to play. And then somebody asked, did it feel like an eternity or go by quickly? And you had 2 minutes to set up and 3 minutes to play. And so when I was practicing at home, that 3 minutes did kind of feel long. But when you're up there and all those people are chanting for you and you got claps and woos going on, like, it flew by. And so when I got done, I was like, oh, I still had some things I wanted to try to do. But it was cool. It was really cool.
Like I said, it must have worked. And, you know, we talk about the Bell and the family there and all those people. It's really a unique situation, because the people that do come in there, like I said, are music lovers. And when they see talent, they acknowledge the talent, and they will come up to you and they'll say thank you, and say we appreciate you being here and those kind of things, which I think is so cool for a venue. It's not your typical venue at all. It's just a really cool music, like you said, the kind of music mecca. And Chris Reese said it best one time. He said it's a place where musicians come to hear other musicians play because you like hanging out there,
Yeah.
And who knows what her next trick will be, what the next competition will be. I like that. I mean, we've had a voice, we've had guitarists, right? What could be next?
I think she needs to do bass and drums and then put a band together of everybody.
From all the winners. Wouldn't that be crazy?
I think that would be a super good time.
I think that'd be really good. I'd pay to see that for sure. Let's take a few comments here from everybody. Thank you, Dale Wu, for that one. Tim, thank you so much. Let's see. Jim McCarthy, thank you. Nikki Forte, how are you? Thank you so much. Tony Baker in the house. Bob says 5 minutes can seem like an eternity to go by quickly. I think you answered that for him really quickly. Dewey, thank you so much. Were you there, Dewey? Were you there last night? Toy was involved in this too. He played last night. I got to see his video. Great job, Toy. I always love your guitar work anyway. And Toy's just one of the nicest guys too.
Oh man, we had a great hang when we got done playing because I played and I'm pretty sure he was right after me. And then we went and stood outside to cool off for a minute because it was so hot in there and got to talk for about 15 minutes. It was really cool.
Toy's one of those guys too. He started that whole movement for other bands to wear other bands' t-shirts and all the things. I mean, that's genuine care for your music community. And I love Toy for that. And Chad, thank you. And look, Karis has joined us. Thank you, Karis, for being here. I didn't know if she'd have time to get on today. She's a busy woman. She's got a host tonight down there at the Bell, her Matching Madness night or whatever they call it, I think. Are you hosting that, Karis, I think, tonight? I believe, if I'm right. And Marianne says Karis is a badass babe. Yes. Boss babe. I misread that, but she's badass too. And Mason, what else did you take away from this before we have to let you go today and get to some other business here? But what else did you take away from this competition?
Honestly, the appreciation for just getting to hang out with other players, truthfully. I mean, I don't really get to do that all that often. I play a lot through the weekend with all the different bands that I get to work with and my own stuff. And I'm really thankful that a lot of these guys, people that I really look up to, will come out and watch the bands play. But in a scenario like yesterday, once I'm done playing, like I get to hang and just to bump shoulders and talk gear and just see how people are doing in general. Like it just makes it a lot more meaningful, I guess.
Well, and for those that don't know you, you're in CFG and the family. Mm-hmm. And let's chat about that for a minute. What do you guys got going in CFG right now?
So we actually have one more show for the end of the year. We'll be at Mansion Hill Tavern. I want to say December 27th. And that's for the owner Brian's birthday party, which would be cool. And then we will be following Gina and Johnny down to Memphis. And we're going to be participating in a showcase down there in Memphis on January 9th at BB King's.
Nice.
So I cannot wait for that. In my opinion, one of the most historical blues venues in the world. So very honored for that. Anytime
with players like you who get to go to Memphis, first of all, that's got to be rewarding and a little bit surreal. But to go down there and finish in the top 5 or whatever you guys did in the International Blues Challenge, I mean, that's pretty good stuff. And
it was definitely an experience that blew by. So we really got to think about it all on the way home. And this whole past year, just getting to see the benefit of that and all the great people and bands that we met down there. A couple folks that have come up to town and I've gotten to play on recordings for him now. There's a fellow named Henry Jones that we've been really good friends with. So some really cool stuff like that.
Hey, thanks, Reese, for the comment. Reese Murray giving you a big shout out there. Thank you for that.
Thank you, brother.
And yeah, there's a lot of people on here that if Karis hosts an OCD off, I think that could win. I could win that thing. Kevin says. Karis said, "Get out of her head" earlier. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that.
Yeah. And yes, Karis is driving to the Bell right now. So Karis, just listen, don't watch. I have a face for radio. You don't need to look at me anyway. So there it is. Dale says CFG and the family woo. Yes, he loves that. And Brandy says great job to Mason. So, guys, I'm going to have to let Mason go today. But Mason, thank you for joining us. I am so sad I missed this last night, but I'm so glad to see you won this thing. And shout out to all the other players who I know many of them that were on that stage, and they're all reputable, great guitarists. And, there's only one winner, unfortunately, in these competitions. And you won it, and that's the greatest thing for you. And I'm glad you got the prizes. Big shout out to Rob Olson and Scotty Bratcher, man. What a cool dude.
Oh, absolutely.
He just oozes cool when he's on stage. Yeah, he does. And Karis, you're a genius if you're listening. Thank you. I admire her so much for what she does, and I'm glad to partner with her every Tuesday on here on our show. So she'll be with me tomorrow, and we'll chat up about this a little bit more in detail as well. So Mason Johnson, go back and gloat. Just walk high with a king crown on for the next few days that you won this thing, will you?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do my best. Hey, thank you everybody, all the listeners too. I really appreciate it. All the congratulations and whatnot. It really does mean a lot. I hope you guys can make it out to a show sometime. So thank you so much, Scott, for having me and let me chat a little bit with you.
I'm glad you could be on here. I frankly, I've been gone for a week, so I didn't have crap to talk about. So you're great to talk about today. So I appreciate that very much. And thank you, Mason. You're a great player. I've always enjoyed it. I told somebody again, like I said, you are the future of guitars in this town, and you really are. You young guys are killing it and doing a great job. And I love CFG and the family. So hopefully get to see you guys play again real soon.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Thank you so much.
All right, buddy. Thank you. I'll catch you soon.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. We'll see you. Bye-bye, Mason. All right, guys. We've got a couple more things I want to cover here if I can. I'm trying to get some things up on the screen. There we go. A couple more things we want to cover for you. And yes, he is good at interviews, Chad Applegate. I agree. He did a great job. Jason, thanks for being here. Jim Klontz, thanks for being here. Julie, thank you. Keith Westheimer joining us. Good to have you with us. Brandy Evans, thank you so much. And a couple more things, guys, on our weekend update. I've just got a couple little things I want to talk about. Saw a lot of live acts in Aruba when I was there. Most of them were dancing acts who had lip singers. So there wasn't a whole lot of live music on this island that I got to see, with the exception of we went to a piano bar in the downtown South Aruba area called Sopranos. It was fitting. It was a New York themed looking kind of place, the Sopranos. And this young lady, let me get her name right, Lacey Troutman was playing. She was phenomenal. And, if you've ever been to the piano bars where they have the dueling pianos or just single piano players, they really thrive on interacting with the crowd. And boy, did she do it. We had a great time. Every song's a sing-along, the whole crowd singing and going on. But one of the strangest things that happened while we were in Aruba was we planned to go out Friday night back down there to see this piano bar again because we had so much fun during the week. They had election day in Aruba on Friday last week. And starting at 6:00 on Thursday night, they shut down all the liquor establishments prior to election. And then on election day, they don't sell booze. So this place was closed because it didn't have food. So it was just a bar only. And it closed down. So we only got to see this Lacey. She has a residency there for an entire month. She's from New Orleans. And just a fantastic singer and player. And I love listening to the piano bar players because they're just so engaging with the crowd and such. And that was part of it. And if you're on my personal page, you can see our family photos that I posted. All our pictures are going to be up there of Aruba. And if you've never been to Aruba, I highly recommend it. And it's not the pricey place everybody says it is either. Everybody talks about it being, it's so expensive. We were at an all-inclusive. It was very affordable for us, and we enjoyed it and had a great time. Travel there was good. Travel back was good. Didn't have too many delays or any of that kind of stuff. So really, really a good time. So I'm glad to be back with you here. Let me give you our lineup for the rest of the week. Hot Topic Tuesday coming your way tomorrow with Karis and Scott. Wednesday, a special edition, Wednesday with the band at 6:00. I'll be live from the Bell and the Bear. I am doing Name That Tune trivia there that night at 7. But 6:00, we're going to go live from the Bell and the Bear with Dudley Taft, his wife, and some other folks talking about this Sunday's great event going on at the Bell. And if you don't know about that event, it's posted on our page. It's posted. It's for the puppies, man. You got to be there. That's going on at the Bell and the Bear on Sunday. So we'll be talking about that event, and join us tomorrow at 6 o'clock live. If you can't be in the live studio audience, but come be in the live audience and play a little Name That Tune with us. We're going to have a blast. I've only got 4 dates there this year in our winter experience there, and we'd love to see you once a month, second Wednesday of the month at the Bell. So we're back. Thank you all. I appreciate you all being here. Patricia, how are you doing? My sister from another mister. And Jason, thanks for that comment for Mason. We appreciate it. And guys, I want to thank Mason for being with us. I want to thank Karis and Scotty Bratcher for putting this event on last night at the Bell and the Bear. What a great event. Everything I saw, videos. I want to thank Bill for the videos. Anybody else, I watched your video today. Thank you so much for that. Because sometimes when we can't be there, we live through it. And I have to give a huge shout out to Ed Sawicki, because his pictures always capture the mood and the feeling of every event there. And thank you, Ed, for always bringing it to us. So that's all we got for today, guys. It's a short week. We're going to be back with you tomorrow with Hot Topic Tuesday. If you have a hot topic, send it to us via DMs. You can send it to Karis, or you can send it to me, or All Around Town Radio on the Book Face. And we'll get it on for you, and we'll talk about that hot topic. Doesn't have to be a negative topic either. A lot of people say that. Do you only do negative topics? No, they just sell well. I hate to say it. People get into those, but no, we'll do any kind of topic you want to talk about in the music community. Anything that has to do with music, we'd be glad to do it with you. So thank you all for being here. Hi, Seven West. I see you just popped in. He's making his triumphant return soon to music, and it's good to see you. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. Good to see you popping up here on the YouTube channel. And remember, we simulcast these on Facebook and YouTube. And by the way, the streaming platform we're on right now just sent me a message the other day. You're not going to believe this. They got bought out by a company. They're tripling their price for this. So I'm going to look for a different platform. I'm not paying $1,500 a year to be able to stream. I'm not making that kind of money doing this every day. So no. So that's where it is. So we'll be looking for a little different platform, but one hopefully that we can stream on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Thank you, Seven. Good to see you. And Patricia said Ed is the best. Ed is absolutely the best. Wonderful guy. Thanks for watching today, guys. Be back tomorrow live at 5. Join me with Karis and whatever things we come up with to talk about tomorrow right here at All Around Town Radio. Until then, enjoy your evening. If you're out and about, get out and support live local music. Go play Matching Madness at the Bell and the Bear, or do whatever, and enjoy yourself tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the Book of Face. Yeah, I know where to go.
What's up, Chris?
There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community.